Hi, agents. Sorry it took me so long for another video, but I had a bout of food poisoning and I thought it was over it, but apparently not. Uh, so, let's get to what we want to talk to today. I'm going to combine a couple of the things that I wanted to do into this one video. First, recently, Ubisoft announced cross platform play, that they're working on it on all their projects. Uh, could be amazing. I know I have some friends that are on PS4 that I can't play with because I'm on PC. Could be interesting, to see how everything goes. Although PvP logistics and everything, like especially with the Division 2, and with PC players being more accurate, so PvP may suffer. So we're gonna have to see how that goes in the long run. Um, where we stand now, you went through the whole Ubisoft releasing their fiscals and their quarter failings, and the fact that they're now holding and pulling back all the release dates, all their games, could be a good thing. Chances are, though, it's the fact that they're filled with microtransactions and crap that none of us like. So they're trying to fix that. And that's sadly most likely the position that they're in with those games. As far as Division Two, they've canceled State of the Game. This is the second week in a row that the State of the Game has been canceled. At least this time they kind of said that they're too busy. Their devs are busy working on quote unquote new content. Uh, you know, I hope it's better than what they've been releasing, because if they're working on episode 3 and they come at us with you know two missions, two classified missions, and that's it, then it's gonna be extremely disappointing, and they're really dropping the ball. Uh, I know a lot of people like Survival from Division One. It was awesome. Resistance, the Underground had a lot of great features. But we'll talk about that in a minute, because I have an idea that hopefully that maybe a dev will watch this video. I highly doubt it, but I hope so. Because I have an idea about how they need to really look at going into, especially if they're going to do a Division Three, and I hope they do, because the franchise is great. The lore is awesome, and the game's just fun as hell. Uh, but I mean, we're stuck with now that people have been using the targeted loot, which was a great addition to the game, but it didn't really solve our RNG issues. Now you running the same things over and over again, trying to get that drop that never drops. Um, People have already figured out a meta in an area which they really thought there would be no meta to speak of. So, I mean, yeah, builds are fun and all, but once you have a build finished and you've run through the content, again, we're back to the point of there is no content for the game, which is really a shame. Uh, I hope they can figure that all out and correct it going forward. I mean, I sadly think that a lot of the content that we're wishing for, they're holding back for, paid DLC in years 2 and 3. You know, End of the day, they're a gaming company and it's their job to make money. But I think they're doing it the wrong way, and they're using their player base as, you know, they're just abusing their player base, and I I really hope that doesn't continue to happen, because it's happened across the board in the gaming industry in general. Everything's become microtransactions. Everybody's got a mobile mentality. Mobile games have used and abused the microtransaction, and it's working for mobile. It works for mobile. People don't have time to play that mobile game, so they want to pay to win if they have an extra couple of bucks around. But we drop $60 on a game, and we have a lot of time to dedicate to it. We don't need to pay to win. We play to win, and that just seems to be what they're not getting. So hopefully they'll figure it all out. and really start to take gaming in a different direction because they really dropped the ball. Um, Now, what they should have done when Division Two dropped was a phenomenal game, incredible gameplay. Everybody loved the leveling process up through 30. The missions were great, and then all of a sudden, boom! You hit World Tier 5, and you hit the roadblock. There's just nothing there to do. What they should have done was taken the end of Division One and everything that was great about it, and put it into the Division Two from the very beginning. So when you get to the end of the world tier, yeah, there's these things to do that'll occupy your time while you're coming up with the next big thing for the game. I mean, they dropped the ball with the raids. I mean, I guess they don't, you know, in a game that for years only involved needing a group of 4 people, now to require us to have 8 just to run the content and then not give us a matchmaking option was just bad. And it sucked. I mean, yeah, we found our way around it, and maybe we met a couple of people that we wouldn't have. But at the end of the day, a lot of people never saw the content. Then they added matchmaking, and it was on a Discovery Zone content where the raid was nerfed down to so watered down that it wasn't even enjoyable for those that have completed it in its normal mode. I mean, I know that they pulled the raid back, and we're not getting the raid until 2020. I hope they're using this time to add a matchmaking feature from the very beginning, and not lock things behind the raid that 90% of your player base will never get to see. Like I said, they should have taken Division 2 should have been branched off from Division 1's successes. There should have been survival. There should have been an underground. If you don't want to put resistance or put survival and resistance into the game, and then or survival and a major PvP option into the game right from the go, you would have held the player base, and they would have been looking forward to whatever you're dropping next. As it stands now, we just don't know, and I mean, I feel at this point, sadly, I mean, a lot of the player base is gone. I don't know if they're going to come back. I hope they come back because, like I said, I don't want to see the franchise fail. But when they figure this out for Division 2 and 2 years down the line, they're developing Division 3, I hope they realize that they need to take the best features from Division 2 and create Division 3 off of that template that they've already made. It's successful. I mean, corporations, you find it funny, but you would think corporations know how to make money. You find something that works and you duplicate it. And you can only understand in games, you can only duplicate it so often. But you got to give the player base what they want. You give them that at release, and then you spend your next time developing the next big thing. What's going to be great? Talk to your player base. Reach out to your player base. Your player base will tell you everything you need to know once you sort out, obviously the trolls out there, and there are some things that you just can't do, or, it was a niche in the game, and there wasn't, you have all the data. Break it down. Figure out what it is that is used the most in your games and replicate it. Okay. I hope that the gaming company and Ubisoft and all the gaming companies figure it out eventually. That your player base is here, and it won't go anywhere if you don't make them go anywhere. As long as you stay true to your player base and you keep them engaged, they will do anything for you. I've been rambling long enough, and I know I didn't script this one again, and I'm sorry. I hope you guys appreciated it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. I know I'm new, but I hope to bring you some good content that you don't see on other channels. And Again, like and subscribe to the channel, and see you on DC.